Hi, welcome to Peiwen's Note. Today we have the young and brilliant, talented cellist Gavriel Lipkind. Hi, Lipkind. Welcome to Taiwan. It's
flattering to be called young again.
You are.
Almost 40.
You are.
I guess it's young.
We are on the backstage at National Concert Hall in Taiwan. Would you like to tell us about the music you performed tonight?
We played a program titled Cello Concertante. 4 contrasting pieces arranged for cello and strings for different reasons. There was the Arpeggione Sonata, which is of course for cello and piano in original.
Yes.
Rococo Variations, Schumann Concerto, and Bruch's Kol Nidrei.
I know.
So really very different ways towards into this program to fit this square of 4 contrasting pieces. I played with the Brussels Chamber Orchestra, who are my dear friends, and really a group that we can take apart music into its details and then put it again back together. Takes a lot of trust and friendship.
Yeah, it is amazing, and I can see like you guys interact so well, and you know, so I want to say that 2012, I love Lipkind played the Bach in Taipei, and that time was his first time visiting Taiwan, and I want to know your secret. How do you interpret the Bach so well in your own unique way, and how did he affect you?
Secret. I hope there is more than one, and I hope I don't keep it a secret, at least while playing. I believe the cello suites have, it's an interesting phenomenon. On one hand, everything belongs to a bigger, higher order, superstructure. There is law and order beyond every movement and beyond every bar and beyond every motif. On the other hand, the music has to be played from left to right, so to say, to sound spontaneous and just searching the next value, the next note. Maybe where I find a helpful system or approach is in shaping time around these different movements. And I'm not talking about rubato or about the meter, but syntax. It's a way to organize impulses during the movement that keep the music flowing, so to say. That's it. I believe that not all the notes in Bach are equally important, and it's crucial to not to, how to say, we have such a great respect to Bach that we are kind of afraid to make a wrong movement, and every note becomes infinitely important. But the music, the texture itself, works and bubbles by hierarchy, putting notes into a hierarchy and knowing exactly which notes are structural, which notes are supporting notes, where are the ornamenting notes. Sometimes it helps to remove some note, not to play them at all, or to ornament, so to add notes that shows the listener where is the structure and how the music breathes, how it is built.
I love those ornaments that you add on Bach that make the Baroque, bring out the Baroque flavor, you know, so much. And if besides Bach, may I ask you that, do you also have other favorite composers?
I have periods when I'm more sunk deep. The older I get, I like to sink very deep into one composer, and I often play concerts devoted just to one, monolithic programs to one composer. This I enjoy very much, but doesn't mean he is my only big love.
Exactly.
There is a lot of other exclusivity in my life, and with music I like to have only the cello strings attached.
Yeah. And for so many young musicians who are watching out there, what advice do you have for them?
We live in an age where you have easy access to all schools, traditions, methods. There is no reason anymore to choose unless you see sense in it. It means you can work individualistically much earlier. You also have to do it because the world became smaller, and you will have to choose very soon during your career why and what you want to hear and see and produce. So you cannot run away from that. Of course, all of us in university will have a single teacher, but make sure that you superimpose and question any bit of information or impulse or input that you get from your teacher with everything else you can observe. That should be, I think, classical music in the 21st century. Very open, daring, and as early as possible, so that you know, when you already learned something, it's difficult to forget it. You can negate it, you can reject it, but you cannot forget it. So I sometimes envy the people who learn something for the first time. It's the quality with which you realize some knowledge about music the first time cannot be repeated. So cherish and treasure this observation and stay very, very wide open. Yeah. Record yourself, play with recording, listen to tiny bits of music. I like almost in everything the extremes. So I like very much reducing the repertoire down to one note, to two notes, to one bar, and see what can be discovered in there after 3 hours of working with that zoomed in view. And on the other hand, to take all the works of Brahms and study them, also works not for cello, get an overview. I think the middle has a tendency then to get filled up more by itself.
Wow, I watched you teach the master class last night, and you are just really one amazing teacher that any youngster would like to have. I understand you form a Lipkind string quartet, and you got such a good review that says this quartet could almost replace the Alpenbeck string quartet. Would you like to tell me about your quartet?
Well, actually, now it's already a group of solists, a kind of consortium. Okay. The quartet was a real quartet 10 years ago. There was a period that we were insisting on working and performing strictly as a string quartet, and then we saw it makes sense, also with my recording efforts, to simply open it up. There are so many close, not so many, but there is a group of close friends, and it allows to work very deeply on chamber music repertoire, which can be trios and duos and quintets and nonettes. So the quartet is still the core of this. At the moment we saw that we have something, a language that we can share, it made sense to open it up.
Right. Well, thank you very much for coming to Taiwan, and looking forward to seeing you again. Thank you.
Thank you.